Hi-ho, Tudor-minded people. It's Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Time Machine. The word I share with you this week is partlet. Oh, Pitikins, I am in a fine fury with Jane, my lady's maid. A most cunning gold-embroidered partlet has gone missing from my wardrobe, and my household spies have told me it was this Jane who took it. Indeed, I must banish the chit from my employ, and at once. Oh, this is most vexing, as this very day at court the Queen will be entertaining an emissary from the court of Catherine de' Medici. A great banquet is to be held at Whitehall, and I shall be among those attending the Queen. Of course, I always strive to present myself as the fine lady that I am, but one so especially likes to do so in front of the French. They have been known to ridicule the ladies of our English court for lacking daintiness and discernment in our manner of dressing. Oh, the French fiends! I have found my maid Jane out to be a mitching, thieving baggage, but never have I had anyone in my employ so handy with the doing of my hair, or the pinning of my sleeves, or the lacing of my bodice. I am no country wench who can dress herself. I must have knowing hands to smooth my smock, nimble fingers to lace my stays, to arrange my partlet on my shoulders, just so, to wrangle my farthingale, to pin my kirtle, my gown, my bodice, sleeves, and ruff. And what will Jane, a lowly servant, do with a gold-embroidered partlet? Only those of my high station, a lady-in-waiting to the Queen herself, are permitted to sport such finery. Pitikins, Jane shall cut it up and sell the pieces of cloth, and make mincemeat of my perfect partlet.
Partlet. How now, Tudorphiles, what think you? If you're new here, I'm Gage.
I'm Jessica.
And we're here with Philadelphia Carrie for Tudor Word of the Week.
Don't miss a word, and listen to the Tudor Time Machine Story Project. It is delightful, and I pray you tell a ningle and ring the little YouTube bell.
Tudorphiles, welcome to our channel. Every one of you has the wit of Rosalind and the heart of Cordelia.
And when you're doing your Tudor reading, or you go to see a Tudor play and you come across a word you're curious about, write to Philadelphia. Suggest words. We love hearing from you.
How do you spell our Tudor Word of the Week, Philadelphia?
It is spelled P-A-R-T-L-E-T.
Partlet is kind of like what we now call a dicky. It's a sleeveless yoke that was used to cover the Tudor low square neckline. And it might be made of velvet and worn over the neck and shoulders, or made of a lighter and sometimes more sheer material and be worn under the bodice.
Apparently wearing it over the bodice was more a mid-16th century look. So by Elizabeth's time, it was usually worn under the bodice, basically for some cover-up. I watched a video of a wonderful period costumer from Prior Attire, and she said, boobs spilling out from bodices are more Hollywood, less Elizabethan.
I think of the boobs falling out fashion as more Jacobean than Elizabethan, but in Hollywood, boobs fall out in all eras.
That is true. All eras, all countries. But in 16th and 17th century English portraits, you can see that women are wearing these partlets. It's kind of fun. Now we've pointed it out to you, you'll notice it. Sometimes, as I said, they're velvet and they're covering the neck. And sometimes the fabric is really sheer. And there are two portraits of Elizabeth I wearing these incredible partlets. In one, it's worn under a fantastic red velvet dress, and it's stitched with rows of pearls. And the other portrait is this famous portrait, the Pelican portrait. And the partlet in that portrait is embroidered and just covered. It's like awash with jewels. It's mind-blowingly ornate. It also makes me think about just how heavy it must have been just to wear all this stuff. It's crazy.
But of course, most women in the 16th century in England could not afford to wear anything like the partlets you see in portraits of royalty and nobility. I guess even a linen partlet would be out of reach of some working people's budget.
My dear Gage, it is not only the cost of the fabric that should prohibit a lowly person from wearing an elaborate partlet, or any other garment for that matter. It is the fitness of the fabric and the trimmings to the station of the wearer. That is what should rule the costume of each of us in the great chain of being.
I should have guessed you would be a strong supporter of sumptuary laws, Philadelphia.
Of course I am. Such wise laws keep chaos at bay.
And everyone in their place.
It is most important to keep royals looking like royals, nobles looking like nobles, gentle people looking like gentle people, and nobodies looking like nobodies. Then everyone knows who merits homage and who does not.
Yikes.
So the official definition is laws made for the purpose of restraining luxury or extravagance, particularly against inordinate expenditures for apparel, food, furniture, or shoes, etc.
We are doing this for your own good. Unregulated, you would spend too much on looking above your station. This is very undemocratic.
The Greeks were the first to pass such laws, my dear Gage. And do we not look to them as our forefathers of civilization? This is one such law, passed in the 7th century BC. A freeborn woman may not be accompanied by more than one female servant unless she is drunk. She may not leave the city during the night unless she is planning to commit adultery. She may not wear gold jewelry or a garment with a purple border unless she is a courtesan, and a husband may not wear a gold-studded ring or a cloak of Milesian fashion unless he is bent upon prostitution or adultery.
Okay, that is an extremely bizarre set of rules.
I agree. I mean, you have to wear a special outfit. You have to put on your gold-studded ring to let everyone know you're going to commit adultery. I don't know. That also implies a lot of forethought.
Yes, and if there's two servants with you in the middle of the night, that's a neon sign saying, "Look at me, I'm plastered." I mean, these rules must have just been impossible to enforce.
These sumptuary laws were impossible to enforce in general, but that didn't stop rulers imposing them all over the world. Actually, Henry VIII was the first English monarch to make it law that only royals could wear purple, and he passed acts of apparel 4 times during his reign, in 1510, 1514, 1515, and 1533. And then I think they were put back again during Edward's reign and during Mary's reign.
And then in 1574, Elizabeth brought them back again and basically said that the laws that her father passed should be enforced because the country was going to ruin.
Ooh, then is now. If you want to pass an unpopular law, justify it by saying the country is on the edge of anarchy.
And the nation's youth are in danger. Elizabeth's Acts of Apparel of 1574 stated just that. The excess of apparel and the superfluity of unnecessary foreign wares thereto, belonging now of late years, is grown by sufferance to such an extremity that the manifest decay of the whole realm generally is like to follow, by bringing into the realm such superfluities of silk, cloths of gold, silver, and other most vain devices of so great cost for the quantity thereof, as of necessity the moneys and treasure of the realm is, and must be yearly conveyed out of the same to answer the said excess, but also particularly the wasting and undoing of a great number of young gentlemen, otherwise serviceable, and others seeking by show of apparel to be esteemed as gentlemen, who, allured by the vain show of those things, do not only consume themselves, their goods, and the lands which their parents left unto them, but also run into such debts and shifts as they cannot live out of danger of laws without attempting unlawful acts, whereby they are not any way serviceable to their country as otherwise they might be.
It is all true, and my dear Gage, this wise document goes on to state, none shall wear any cloth of gold, tissue, nor fur of sables, except duchesses, marquises, and countesses in their gowns, kirtles, partlets, and sleeves, cloth of gold, silver, tinselled satin, silk, or cloth mixed or embroidered with gold or silver or pearl, saving silk mixed with gold or silver in linings of cowls, partlets, and sleeves, except all degrees above viscountesses, baronesses, and other personages of like degrees in their kirtles and sleeves. It's all very clear.
I have to be honest, Philadelphia. I find those laws confusing and nonsensical. How can you police what fabrics people use for the lining of their clothes? You would have to have an entire army of fashion police traipsing around the country. Show me your kirtle. They would have to examine everyone's outfits, and the rich ladies would have to hold their sleeves close so you wouldn't see the gold inside. I mean, it's so silly. If someone can afford to buy something nice, they should get to wear it. They should wear what they want. Who cares?
Oh, what blasphemy you speak! I am quite right to have my partlet made of cloth of gold, for I am worthy of it, and that is right and good. Fini. So, give heed, Tudorphiles. Add some 16th century sauce to your vocabulary with partlet. But, my commoner friends, listen not to Gage. Make yours only of simple cloth, lest you fall afoul of Her Majesty's acts of apparel and bring the realm to ruin. Listen in next time. Don't miss a word. Subscribe on YouTube and give me a like.